Hello and welcome. If you're new here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many more. For all your current subscribers, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Now, I am back again with another comparison video. To my left, the 2023 Toyota Sequoia. This is the Capstone version. And to my right, this is the all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. This vehicle has been provided to me by the fine folks at Curry Toyota in Mohegan Lake, New York. I'm just gonna do a quick exterior and an interior walk around so you guys can see the differences between the Grand Highlander and the Toyota Sequoia, this is the biggest vehicle Toyota makes until this new contender showed up. So is it worth getting the Sequoia over the Grand Highlander, or is it worth getting the Grand Highlander over the Sequoia? Stay tuned, that's coming up next. Okay, let's get started. So, now to my left, this is the 2023, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the 2023 all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. So there is the regular Highlander and then this one, the Grand Highlander. This is the direct competitor to the Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride. So it's larger, more people room, especially the third row and cargo. And of course, to my right, this is the 2023 Toyota Sequoia. This is the Capstone version. This particular trim is the XLE, but it doesn't matter because I'm only comparing size differences between the two. So let's walk around the exterior first. And I reviewed this at the New York International Auto Show, but I'll do another overview. So this new Grand Highlander, excuse me, I got it tongue-tied. Design-wise is pretty good. It has a truckish look, and I would reserve driving judgment until I can get one for myself later on in, hopefully in 2024. But overall in the front, it does have the massive front end, bold front end. It kind of looks like a giant RAV4, in my opinion. Headlights as well, LED. This is the XLE, the headlights are LED. And walking around it, as you guys can see, they're both massive vehicles. This particular one is stickers for $47,326, excuse me. And this is the XLE trim, so it has a couple of features here and there, not the base model. And let's look in the back, and there you can see the resemblance in terms of its RAV4 sibling, as you guys can see. And it's not that bad. I mean, size-wise, looking at them side by side, of course, this is built on a truck platform. It shares the platform with the Toyota Tundra, which is based almost identical vehicle. Just this has an SUV version, and the suspension is different in the back in the Sequoia versus the Tundra. But let's start with the cargo space on the Grand Highlander. So the seats are folded, and as you guys can see, it is very large. I will leave the cubic inches in here after I put this video together. But let me just put, this is the cargo area. Let me just put this down for 1 second here outside the vehicle so you guys can see it fully with nothing in the way. And this is why you get a third row seat vehicle like so, because you're gonna have all this space. The seats are very easy to pick up. You just gotta pull this strap here, not power, which is simpler that way. And there it is. I will put the cubic inches with the seat up and with the seat folded, but there is a lot of room in here, as you guys can see. So you got 3 rows of seating, and I will make my way in there in the interior portion. But overall, this is nice, and you do have an additional little cubby underneath this. So you got the cargo cover there, and I'm sure this has a donut spare underneath all that stuff, but not too bad. There are vents. Yep, there are vents back there. So you got vents on the top for the third row seats. But let's jump in the interior real quick of the Grand Highlander, and then we'll jump over into the Sequoia. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's step inside the Toyota Grand Highlander first. This, of course, has a keyless entry. So just like every other Toyota and Lexus vehicle, you have this is to lock the car right here. You put your hand on the door panel like so to get in. And getting in here, obviously this is 47 grand. This is not the top trim, this is the middle trim, the XLE. So materials are gonna be a little bit, you know, of a mixed bag. Not too bad, but let me just lower the fan speed a little bit. It is a very warm, so I apologize for the wind noise in the microphone. But overall, nice little LCD screen. Of course, you do have automatic headlights in this one. No automatic wipers, and no sunroof on this one. Oops, excuse me, so the camera flipped. No sunroof because this is the XLE, and sunroof is optional. But overall, the center console is nice, real shifter, no digital or anything. And you do have, of course, being a modern vehicle, it does have a backup camera. It does have Toyota Safety System Plus. And here are the controls in the middle. Just a quick overview because I did review this vehicle in the auto show. So I'll leave the link in the video somewhere. But just a quick overview. This is the auto start button. Traction control. You got the different modes here. So you got Eco. You got Sport. You got Mud and Sand, Rock and Dirt, and you got Normal. So if we go cycle through the videos, the motion doesn't do anything, no animation, no anything different, rock and salt, but nobody's taking this thing off-road anyway. You got massive cubbies everywhere, so you got cubbies right here. You have a decent sized glove box. This one has one USB port right here. This one does have also a wireless charger. And of course, a big giant cup holder, so you can put up to 3 drinks right here. I forgot to mention it has downhill assist control, snow mode, and you got a dual cubby here, which is a little deep. Oddly enough though, this does not open, which is interesting. This is it. This is how you get in here. There's no way to open this lid at all. So, and I believe this might be faux leather, because this is the XLE trim. And let's take a look at the back seat. So I adjusted the seats to my height, which I am 5'8", and let me just adjust the zoom here for you guys. So I am 5'8", of course. I'm a comfortable seating position. So let's take a look at the back seat now, and then we'll go over to the third seat. And this door off the bat, this is a huge door. It doesn't open 90 degrees, but it almost does. Built-in sunshades, which I think every SUV should have this, no matter what trim you get. And this is the second row seats. Climbing into the second row, like I mentioned, the seat is adjusted to how I drive. Plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom. You do have climate vents right here, right above your head. This has, of course, LED lighting. You do have a little cubby here on the side, but it does have, this particular trim being the XLE, it does have a 3-zone climate control, which you can set it to auto, control the temperature back here. This one does, of course, cup holders right here. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the second row. Now let's step into the third row, which you folks might be interested in. And then we'll do a quick comparison with the Sequoia. So to get in, just push this tab here. The seat slides forward like so. And I'm gonna get in here and try to slide this seat back to how I had it, if I can. Let's see. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a real usable third seat for humans and adults. And you do have USB-C back here, 2 gigantic cup holders, climate vent back here, which is very nice, and it should be a standard of fare. Same for the other side, the same for the passenger side, and that's pretty much it. I don't think these seats recline. Let me see. Oh, they do actually. So there is a little lever back here, and yeah, these seats do recline, and plenty of leg room. Headroom is not too bad, and this is definitely a true competitor to the Hyundai Palisade and Kia Telluride. And to get out, you can get out two ways. You can, of course, press this button up here, or just press this right here, and the whole seat slides forward like so. And you know, you can stretch out if you want, but that's pretty much it in terms of the Grand Highlander, in terms of space and everything. So let's go over the Sequoia, and then we can just conclude the video. Powertrain, I'll do a full video later on this particular vehicle when it comes into the test fleet. So let's go over, let's do another size comparison with the Sequoia now, and then we can conclude the video. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's step inside the Sequoia. This being the Capstone, it does have power operated step gate, leather, of course, full leather, real leather materials. Everything's very soft. White leather in this particular trim because this is the Capstone, but you can get different colors other than white. And there's a look at the optional 14-inch display. And turning on the Sequoia, because this is the hybrid version, you're not gonna see the engine may not fire up. It may, because it's a little so excuse me, sorry about that. It was just asking me a question about adjusting the seats. So it might be hard to pick up on camera, but this has an LCD screen as well. The giant, massive 14-inch display, which is optional. It's flickering on camera. I promise you it does not flicker in real life. That's just unfortunately how screens look on camera. The same, of course, infotainment, because they're both Toyota vehicles. This particular trim does have a panoramic sunroof. So I am going to adjust the seat to how I drive. And let me make sure the climate control, everything is on. This, of course, has a massive, giant cubby here, as you guys can see. It has a giant cubby, everything is large in this, because this is a larger vehicle, different driving modes, just like the Grand Highlander. A very beefy shifter. Of course, there's just in case it was buried, but there's a look at the cluster right there. Very beefy cluster. There's a look at everything. You know, you got a little sliding cubby here, so it's kind of like a little peekaboo right here, and then you got another little one. And all right, let's take a look at the back seat of the Sequoia. I'll leave the car running. Let's take a look back there to see how that is. Of course, convenient with this little side step, because for kiddos or anybody who has a hard time climbing in, you can get in with no problem. And just like the Grand Highlander, this also has built-in sunshades, of course, and nice leather-wrapped grab handles. So stepping in the back of seat of the Sequoia, the difference is obvious. Definitely way more legroom here than in the Grand Highlander. You do got climate vents over here. It does have heated and cooled back here. Again, keep in mind this is the top trim version of the Sequoia, so you got USB A and C. You have a traditional household style outlet right there. So you got those ports right there. But again, we're not comparing sizes. So I am going to move the seat a little forward if I can. Let's see how I can move this seat, which I think this should be power operated. Nope, that's to fold it. And let me see if I have to go out to move this seat forward. because I do know the seats do slide forward. Interesting. I do not think these seats slide forward or backwards. That's very interesting. So I think that's it. So to get into the Turbo, it does that. So they do not slide, sadly. They don't slide forward or backwards. So you got to do that. Fold it like so. Let me try to get in here without killing myself. And let me move the seat as far as I can, both of them, and let me pull this thing back down. And okay, let me pull the seat. So legroom is similar, but unlike this one has power reclining Turbo seats. Definitely more room in the Grand Highlander because these seats are fixed. You cannot move them forward or backwards. I am going to do another full video of this vehicle by itself anyway, so I'll figure that out if I can. But I'm 5'8". The seat is adjusted to how I drive. The bonus in this one, because it has captain's chairs, which you can get captain's chairs in the Grand Highlander, you could just walk right through to the middle and get out. No problem. Back here though, you do have, which is nice, you do have shades back here, sunshades. You do have massive cup holders right here, USB-C somewhere. Yep. Actually, no. Oh, excuse me. There it is. You got USB-C right here, and it lights up. Like I mentioned, these seats are power reclining, so you can press the button right there to recline them a little more. And when I do that, my head is already touching the ceiling. Same for the other side. You do have the headrest, of course, you can pull up. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the third row. The only difference, of course, this has a captain's chairs, but to get out, this one you just fold these seats forward like so, and that's how it is, kind of like a little tumble and away type of deal. And that is pretty much it. This has been my first quick size comparison video between the 2023 Toyota Sequoia in Capstone trim and the 2023 all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. This is the XLE trim. If you're interested in this particular vehicle, it is for sale. You can come here at Curry Toyota in Mohegan Lake, New York. This vehicle is available. It's available for sale. Don't know how long it's going to be here, but this has been my quick comparison video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care and stay safe.